Today we are going to make a test batch of biodiesel using used vegetable oil. When you make a test batch, it's usually about 1 liter, and the first thing you need to do is heat the oil up. I'm going to prepare a water bath, so we can do that successfully without any spillage or anything like that. You can also use a microwave. This method right here actually costs less energy to do. That's why I'm doing it. We will place our used cooking oil into the water bath. Then we will place our pot onto the stove. We will then light, and we will put it on a low temperature. That should sit now for about 5 minutes. We're going to need methanol. You can get this at any hardware store. We're also going to need a 250 milliliter mason jar, 3 syringes, which you can get at a veterinary clinic. Label them oil, methanol, or potassium hydroxide, also known as lye. We also need a blender. We need a titration kit. You can get them at a pool store. They're usually about 30 bucks. Real simple. We also need a small digital scale with a spoon, 3 different containers, about 100 milliliters each, some lye. You can get this at the store too. My best bet was to order it online, because that's KOH you can get online. Also a 1% or 0.1% solution of potassium hydroxide in water. That's your titrant. And also 250 milliliter small plastic receptacle. Now we're back here with our water bath. We have successfully heated our oil up to about 117 degrees. We are now ready to begin titrating. Syringe, and we come over to our oil that has just gotten done out of the water bath. We're going to extract about 5 milliliters. Okay, now that we have our 5 milliliters of oil, come over here to one of our small containers and we insert 1 milliliter. We now measure out 10 milliliters of methanol. Come over here. We do this using the syringe, but we have to put it in a receptacle. Actually, we can do it using this. We take our 1 milliliter of oil and our 10 milliliters of methanol, and we mix the two together. Our titration kit, and pull out our phenol red. We take our solution of oil and methanol, and we drop in 3 drops. 1, 2, and 3. Solution should turn a slight yellow color. Now we're going to measure out about 10 milliliters of KOH and water solution so we can do our titration. This is our titrant. It is 1 gram of potassium hydroxide, or lye, mixed with 1,000 milliliters of water, giving us a 0.1% solution. Now we're going to take our solution of indicator, phenol red, methanol, and our oil, and we're going to slowly, drop by drop, apply this titrant. This is going to effectively tell us how much acid is inside here and how much extra lye we need to use to successfully neutralize the acid in this oil. Now add my 0.1% solution of titrant, milliliter by milliliter, to my methanol, oil, and indicator solution. I'm going to use this to neutralize the acid that had built up inside the oil. Now that it's turned magenta, I count down for 15 seconds. 15 seconds is up. It did not remain, so I just have to keep adding. Now that it's deep magenta, count down again. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000, 11 1000, 12 1000, 13 1000. It did not remain again, so I have to go and do it again. 1 1000, 2 1000. Perfect. It remained for 15 seconds, that color. We know that is the exact amount of milliliters we use will translate into the exact amount of grams that we will need to use when we make our 1 liter test batch. Our reaction consumed 2 1/2 milliliters. 2 1/2 milliliters equals 2 1/2 grams. So if our standard for unused vegetable oil with no acid in it is 4.9 grams, we now add 2.5 to 4.9, giving us 7.4. We will now weigh out 7.4 grams of potassium hydroxide using our digital scale. Now that we have exactly 7.4 grams, we will now mix this with 200 milliliters using this receptacle. Now that our lye and our methanol have been both weighed out, they can be mixed to make our methoxide. We simply pour our sodium hydroxide or our potassium hydroxide into this mason container. Then we pour our 200 milliliters of methanol. Then we seal the lid and swirl our container. This is the swirling action you want to do when you're mixing these two substances. What will happen is the jar will get warm. Sometimes it'll even get hot. And what you're doing is you're creating an exothermic reaction by bonding potassium hydroxide and methanol together to make methoxide. Our methanol and our potassium hydroxide have completely melded together. We can take our water bath cooking oil and place them into the blender together and blend them for 20 minutes. We have our KOH and our methanol solution, and that we have our grease or our used cooking oil inside the blender. We simply pour the methoxide into the blender, put the cap on, and then we blend. And we do so for 20 minutes. When we're done blending, we will have a very high quality biodiesel, a waste vegetable biodiesel. We notice down here on the bottom of it is our glycerin. We will separate that off, and then we will proceed to wash our biodiesel with water about 2 to 3 times. After you've washed the biodiesel numerous times, depending on the water, after you wash it, should continue to get lighter and lighter. Once the water is almost clear, you know you've gotten rid of all of the excess soaps, the salts, any particulate matter, and it's ready to be put into a diesel engine. So this is what it should look like. I'll give you a close-up. Be very clear. It should look good. It should look like a nice amber color, and shouldn't have a real strong smell. If it has a too strong of a smell, you've got too much methanol in it. It should kind of smell just like a little bit less intense than the cooking oil.